Hi everybody, and welcome to a video flip through of a small little dainty journal that I like to call Secret Romance. This is just the sweetest little thing. It's relatively small. It is 6 inches by 4¼ inches. It's made from a hardcover book, and it's just so fun and so romantic and would make a perfect Valentine gift, or just a fun thing to have for your own journal collection. So this journal is, again, made from a hardcover book. It is filled with lots of pages, and it has a sewn-in signature, one signature, but quite a few pages, as you'll be able to see. It is sewn on in the back and the front with vintage photographs and embossed paper, as you can see here. I think you can see that pretty well. It's held together with a piece of tea-dyed linen, and on this linen ribbon that I made, I also added this really pretty rose embellishment. This is a standalone ribbon, so if you love it, then it'll last forever. If you would prefer to have a ribbon that you choose, then you are more than welcome to replace it. So let's take a look. So the signature on this one is actually sewn on the outside, which I like to do every now and then. It just kind of gives it a real vintage handmade book feel. And so on this one, I really wanted to do that. So on the front, it has this lovely photograph and a stamp of a vintage postcard. And it kind of looks like the little ladies here are have a secret about a secret romance. So when you open it up on the first page, as you can see, the signature is sewn in, very sturdy, very durable, will last for a very long time. The inside pocket here has these little cards, and everything in this journal has to do with love and romance. And some of the pictures might be considered just a little bit risque, but I really just loved the romance of it all. Here's a vintage photograph that has a date of November the 16th, 1904, with the ladies and the gentleman on the bicycle. There's a happy couple, and then this very romantic kiss here. This is a piece of wallpaper. You'll find that there's a variety of different papers in this journal. Just take a look at them as we flip through. This page has this lovely card with this beautiful lady that says, "My beautiful butterfly." And I thought it went well with this beautiful butterfly. The corner pocket is made out of an old school writing book. Here's a pocket with this beautiful lady. Lots of journaling. It says everything about her was exotic. Lots of writing space, journaling, pages for you to create your own embellishments. Just a lot of different things that you can make your own, and don't be afraid to be creative. Here's a really pretty page that says, "That was lovely, dear." You can make up your own story about that photograph. I just thought it was very sexy and very romantic. Again, lots of writing space, lots of journaling. This is actually a rusted metal, piece of metal that I've attached here on this page. You'll see that there's lots of lace sewn into the pages. Makes that really pretty edging when you have the book closed. Art paper, doilies, craft paper. Here's a little pocket that says, "It's a long journey." And in this pocket is this tag with these gentlemen going on a journey, on a trip. It's finished on the back. This slides right down into this little pocket. This has some pretty corners. Again, lots of different types of paper, writing paper, journaling paper, paper that you can glue things onto. Here's a pocket that has a postcard with this lovely lady that looks like she signed it. It's actually the same lady. If you, it's in another spot in this book. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but she looks very familiar to me. She may be on the back of this one. Oh, you know what? She is featured on the cover of one of my brown bag journals. Here's a page that has this cute domino with a ribbon. Some really fun paper here that's see-through, the vellum paper. Piece of a dictionary. Here's a really fun library book insert that I've put a different cover on. And it also has these really cool little cards and tags that go into this one. This one has a really pretty pocket on it. You simply undo the string and open up. This was actually a packaging for some English tea. Open this up. I sewed around the edges of this. It has a pocket here that has this really pretty card. As with all of my designs, you can move these around or replace them with virtually anything that you would like to add. It's your journal, your ephemera, your memories. And I always like to put these little ends on the strings. It just, to me, kind of keeps them from raveling. Plus, I like when they hang over the edges. More pages to write on. Here's a tabbed page. The tabbed page has a belly band. In the belly band is this beautiful romantic card, as well as a piece of an old pattern that I've glued onto a piece of cardstock here. Made a little flap there at the top that just slides down into the belly band. Keeps it nice and intact there. On the other side of this is a little window. If you open up the window, you'll see this very romantic little couple. The window does open. Little romantic couple there. It says he was trying desperately, and the sheet music here is A Kiss I'm Chancing. Has a flower and some nice fabric and lace there. Here's a side pocket that contains quite a few things. There's a ticket, a photograph, a poster of a spectacular extravaganza with dancers, and also this little card here that I assume is like a piece out of a passport or something like that. It's in a different language, so I'm not really, it's Italian. And all of those just slide down in that little pocket. More of the really pretty see-through vellum paper. And if you put something here or write something there, it's really nice how you can see through it. This is a very beautiful page. I just loved this photograph of this charming little lady. I put a little embellishment there on the corner. Here's the other side of that pocket. This pocket has quite a few things. It has this lovely lady with her cigarette. It has this that opens up. Also looks like a passport with a photograph of the bearer, a description of the bearer. And then when you open it, it's clasped with this little clip here. There is a wedding photo, a receipt, another photo, and then here it's a little saying that I thought was so interesting and different and went really well with this charming little journal. So those things just clasp together with that. I'll close it up, and you can just slide it down in that pocket. And that's what these are all about. They're all about keepsakes and memories, and you know, if only you could tell the story of the person who had this journal. I've actually done that a couple of times. It's so much fun. I've made a journal, and then I decided I was going to create the person whose journal it was. And I look at the pictures and I write stories in them about the person who owned this journal and what they were thinking and why they kept that piece and what it meant to them, and their heartbreaks and their dreams. And it's really very fun. It creates a book that you write yourself out of someone else's memories. This is a fun little insert here, a little corner circular pocket. It has a picture here with places to write on the back. And it has these two small children that I thought were adorable. And they just go right down in there. And this goes in here. Sometimes you can move them around so that you can see all of them. Again, that's on top of a paper doily. Here's another very romantic page that has that lovely photograph. Here's a belly band that says "A Story for Girls." And when you take this out, it's double-sided. This is like a paper doll. This is the clothing that goes for this lady. And when you open it up, it's yet another journal that has a sewn-in signature. All kinds of interesting papers. And yet another whole story to be written. And that slides right down into that belly band. Lots more paper here of all different types. And this is a really pretty pocket that contains this beautiful card that says, "Her own familiar image tugged at her heart." On the back is some vintage paper, and that also has a little tag there with some ribbon with writing on it, and one of the buttons that I love to make. More writing space, more pages to embellish on your own. And this page I thought came out really interesting. It has a really beautiful saying about your home. My home is more than a place to live. And I won't read all of that. I'll leave that a little bit to surprise. But it's such a beautiful saying. And I just sewn some vellum on the top of that just to give it a little texture and depth. Here's the last pocket. This pocket has an eye chart, as well as this woman that says "Gold and gems set atop her head," with a postcard stamp, and then there's some embossing here on the bottom of that pocket. That just tucks in there. And then on the very last page, I've actually created a place here for her handkerchief. So I can take this out. It definitely comes out. But this is her handkerchief that I thought probably has some very sweet memories. Perhaps has been shed some tears, tears of joy, tears of sorrow in that handkerchief. So that is the back cover. And then on the back of the journal is this lovely photograph of the lady and her bicycle. So this is the sweet, charming, romantic journal that I think you're going to really enjoy. It's going to be listed on the Etsy shop in the next day or so, and that's www.we'rejusttwosisters.etsy.com. Again, that's www.we'rejusttwosisters with the number 2.etsy.com. This one was super fun to make. It's kind of hard to part with, but I hope that it makes a lovely Valentine's gift or just a gift to yourself that you can write a story, write your story, or whatever you might desire. So thanks again for listening. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Come back soon.